Which one is it? Which one is it, Busker? Okay. Okay. Excuse me.
My wife.
Yeah. Is that you, Jack? Jake. Fuck's sake, I didn't recognise you without the glasses on, though.
I'm back.
Excuse me.
Sorry, mate.
Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now! Free
Excuse me. Big up.
Tommy Robinson! Oh! Tommy Robinson!
Excuse me.
Where is Tommy?
Let him go! Let him go!
Let him go! Let him go!
Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go!
Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go!
I want to spin him.
Let him go! Let him go! Let him go! Let him go!
I just want to spin him. I want that in the background.
Yeah,
I just want to get
Jesus is King! Jesus is King!
Lovely.
Where's Don? Don, do you want to get down here, mate?
Over there, ladies and gents, the bus.
Just keep moving in, guys. Keep moving in. I've got some backup speakers because my voice is going to break in about 30 seconds.
Let me jump over there. Not too close up, might scare the kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you move in, I want you to think about this. 3 weeks ago, they tried to kill Donald Trump. They failed, and they'll fail again. Today, they are attempting to assassinate Tommy Robinson. And we must stop them. They can't get away with this. We cannot let them do this. This has gone on for far too long. They've tried to do everything to him. They've bankrupted him. They've slaughtered him. They put him in positions in prison where he could have been killed. And now they are trying to lock him up from the rest of his life. This is the beginning of the fight for freedom for Tommy Robinson. And to Tommy, I say this to Tommy. Tommy, we will not fail you. We will not be found wanting. We will do whatever it takes to get you out of prison. Whatever it takes.
Shame on you! 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 Shame on you!
to now resign.
Yes. We've a petition that Tommy set up. That petition, Derek, leave it. That petition that was signed by so many thousands of us. That petition now needs to be delivered to the Metropolitan Police. Not only must Mark Rowley resign, but the head of counter-terrorism must resign as well. Come on. The Home Secretary, Yvonne Cooper, must resign. The Attorney General must resign. In fact, the whole stinking, disgusting communist Labour government has to go! Oh, look at this crowd. Just scan round this crowd. Look at the faces here. We have Iranians, we have Indians, we have Afghans. The majority of the white English standing with us as well. We're one family. We are the British family. And Tommy set up a demonstration. Tommy set up a demonstration with one thing in mind: uniting the kingdom. That's what he wants to do. We must stand united.
Get Khan out.
Yeah, we need to get Seat Khan out as well. The next
Get him out! Evil will not win! Evil will not win!
Tommy.
Evil will not win!
Evil will not win.
Evil will not win!
Evil will not win. 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 Evil will not win.
The police are just telling us something we already know, so we're not too worried about that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm serious about this. All of this that we do going forward from here, it must, listen to me, it must be peaceful, and it must be the united family of the United Kingdom that's represented here that does it. We're not gonna slide into what they want. We're not going to slide into riots and confrontation. We're going to build a mass movement that is going to get rid of these scum forever. And that mass movement will be made of people of all different colours, all different shapes and sizes, and all different creeds. It's not about left and right. It's about good and evil.
Christ is king! 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 Christ is king!
And I want to tell you something now, and I say this to Tommy as well. Christ is with him in that prison cell. He's standing by his side. Ladies and gentlemen, the next days and weeks are going to be very, very difficult for our movement. But we must get it right. If we get it right, we will see Tommy freed, and we will see all the wrongs in this country put right. We can do it. And I want to say something on a personal level about Tommy. I know his parents, I know his wife and children, and I know him. And the more I get to know Tommy, the more I love him, and I mean that. The more I love him. And many people here might be sceptical about Tommy. We've all been there in the past. But the more I get to know him, the more I see the measure of the man. And he is the man that we need on the outside, not on the inside.
Free Tommy now! 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 Free Tommy now!
My voice is failing, so I'm going to ask Don to say a few words. I'm going to bring in the 82nd Airborne Division from the United States of America. Tell him what to do next, Don.
Hello, England. Man, I got to tell you, I really want to appreciate the welcome you guys have given me. I know a few of you probably already seen me speak today or at other times at other rallies, but I want to tell you guys a story about Tommy Robinson. Not everybody gets to spend personal time with Tommy Robinson. For some reason, he let me, an American, on the inside. Get a little emotional about it, but I actually toured the country with the guy, right? Spent a whole week with him, just out of the blue. He said, hey, Don, why don't you come with me for an entire week and see what I do? And at that time, I'd followed him online for probably 8 to 10 years and had heard a lot about him. Like I said earlier, his passion really got to me. The way he just loves his country, and he was just such a patriot. So that's why I just really fell in love with the guy. But I always wanted to know him, but didn't know who he was personally. So I set up a meeting with him. I was coming to visit in this great country of yours. It's such a great country. Yeah, it's such a great country. Yeah, it really is. And I was just going to meet the guy. I gave him my hat, and some of you guys may have seen that video. And he says, you know what, Don, instead of going to Stonehenge or Buckingham Palace to see the sights, why don't you come for me to a week with Scotland? I have a family there whose young son was killed in what was the first religiously motivated hate murder in, that's right, Chris Donald, in Scotland. Chris Donald, his family, how brave. But along the way to meet Chris Donald's family, he would get calls from other people saying, Tommy, my son's missing. I think these folks took him, and we need some help because the government won't do anything. The guy was like Batman. He would get calls all the time for people to help him, people of this great nation, because nobody else would help him. And you know what I saw along the way? We would be walking through the airport. I'd be walking through the airport. would see black men and brown men. They would walk up to Tommy. One guy in particular walked up to Tommy with his whole family, a black man. Walked up to him and bumped his fist, said, Tommy Robinson. And the little boy says, Dad, who was that? He said, that's Tommy Robinson, son, a man who knows. Big old. And that's exactly right. Tommy Robinson is a man who knows.
Yes.
Tommy Robinson is a man who's seen what the corrupt government in this country and other countries are doing, but he's got to stand up for your country. And he's the one that he stood up first when nobody was standing with him. He stood alone. Because so many people he was portrayed by the media as this racist or an Islamist folks. Did you all know? Did you all know that when Tommy was growing up, when he was a young man, some of his best friends were Muslim? Did you all know that? I bet you didn't.
Yes.
Right? Because the media doesn't tell you that.
Yeah.
Right? Tommy drew attention to a particular group of people and a particular demographic, and the media and the government didn't want you all to know about that because they were the preferred demographic. And Tommy took risk with his life. He took risk with his family, with his wealth, and he stood up for this country when everyone else was scared to do so. But guess what? Not anymore. Look. Turn your camera on. This isn't a white people's movement. This isn't just a brown person's movement. It isn't a black. It's a every person. It's a patriot movement. It's for people who love Great Britain, who love your country, and they want to defend it against the tyrannical government and the barbarian horde who's being imported and doesn't love your country. It's a British movement. That's right, and when they pull them in, then not only do they want to pull them in, they want to take your lands, they want you to pay for it.
But they cannot.
Tommy stands up against that, he stands up for that, and as we can see, the narrative is changing. There's more of you who are becoming aware of that. Like I said, Tommy gets emails and texts every day from people who said, I used to hate you, Tommy Robinson, because I believed every word the media told me. Right? But no longer, because we have independent journalists and we have social media. So, obviously, I can't stay here with you guys forever. I wish I could, but I have a country over there I have to save because we're going through the same exact thing that you all are going through, right? But I want you to know,
You've got Trump, you've got Starmer.
I want you to know that I am an emissary from the great patriots of the United States who stand with every single one of you great patriots. Here in Great Britain. Now, I always call Tommy Robinson the working class Donald Trump. You can look at everything that Donald Trump's been through and everything they've put the man through, and you can see that they did each one of those things to Tommy Robinson. They put him in jail. They've charged him, and they've tried to put him in jail. They've sentenced him to 91 charges. They've weaponized their justice system. Right? Tommy, the same thing, right? Same thing. He actually took a bullet for his country. Rally yesterday, they got us all energized. We were like, look at the Patriots, 100,000 people. I'm not saying this Sky News reported 100,000 people yesterday to show up for freedom, for your country. Now, I want to do something here, but like I said, the United States, we stand with you, and I want to send a message from you guys to the United States. When Donald Trump took that bullet, he fell down, and that was the longest 2 minutes of my life I've ever seen when he was laying on the ground, because nobody knew what happened. I was scared to death. I got a call, hey, something's happened to Trump. Turn on the television. Turn it on. He's laying there, and he's got the Secret Service all around him. And when he stood up, what did he do? That was a message, a resounding message, not only for my people, it was a message for the entire Western world who's going through what he and Tommy and the rest of you, because there's people who aren't Tommy Robinson and Donald Trump. They're doing the same thing, names we don't hear about. Think of all the multitude of people who don't get the accolades and the limelight or the media attention because they haven't been doing this forever, right? People, it's coming to you. You may not like Tommy Robinson today, but let me tell you, right, just because you're on the other side, the government doesn't mean the government's not coming for you one day, right? So you may like tyranny today, and it may taste good because they got Tommy Robinson, but guess what? They're coming for you. I promise you, if you don't stand up. So thank you so much, guys. I love you so much. Keep standing up.
Guys, there's a scripture in Joshua. It says Joshua 1:9. It says, did I not command you to be strong and courageous? I ask you all must be strong and courageous. Like Tommy has shown us all. He's led the way. He's paved the way for us all to be strong and courageous. I, like Tommy, was born and raised in Luton. I come from the dregs of society. I was a victim of grooming, not sexual grooming, but chemical grooming. I was a crack and heroin addict from when I was 14 years old by Islamic crack and heroin dealers on the streets of Luton. By the grace of God, I was set free. For 20 plus years, I was a crack and heroin addict. I'm clean and sober now nearly 6 years. I tell you what, I encountered Tommy a few times in my younger years in the town. In his younger years, when he was a little bit wayward, I was a little bit wayward. But you know what? I've watched that man grow. I've watched him mature. I've watched him become a statesman. I've watched him become a soldier for this great nation. And let me tell you now, he fought for us. He fought for every single one of you. We've all got Tommy in our heart. And I tell you one thing, I have got to go back now to Luton, and I am in the midst of an Islamic territory in the middle of my estate. My house is up for sale right now, and I've got the only people that have ever come to look at my house to buy it are Muslims. And I have now got to go back there. I'm terrified. But you know what? I don't care. He's in the fight. He's in there. We want him free, and we're all going to be free by the power of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Big up. This, see, this movement It's bigger than it was when they were arresting Tommy on trumped-up charges 5 and 10 years ago. This movement now has millions of people in it. Paul Thorpe is one of the new faces of this movement. Big round of applause for Paul.
I think that we all probably had better things to do today, right? Especially after such a magnificent day yesterday. I think it was one of our greatest achievements. And today we wake up and we find that our leader is somewhere in a prison cell. Thank you. And I thought it was a mic for a moment. But the biggest thing on my mind today, apart from well done for everyone for getting here so quickly, it's going to cost me a fortune because my wife's now in Oxford Street shopping. The big thing on my mind today is look at what Tommy did for Nigel Farage and Reform before the general election. Where is Lee Anderson, Nigel Farage and Richard Tice today? I see that Richard Tice has released a statement this morning about the police officers in Manchester last week, and rightly so, in support of the police. Rightly so. But he should be doing the same right now. Nigel Farage should be on the TV right now demanding the release of Tommy Robinson. And I can only speak for myself and say that if Nigel Farage stays quiet on this matter, he can forget my support and anyone else that I know.
Free Tommy now! 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 Free Tommy now!
Guys, a lot of you know me as a child abuse survivor campaigner who's campaigned for historic child abuse in this country for 100 years, if not more. I can give you lots of detail. These guys standing in these uniforms are all complicit in historic child abuse. Remember what Tommy's done for our children. I'm going to make this short and sweet. Don't forget what Tommy's done for you. We now must do for Tommy.
Now, without stating the obvious, obviously, Tommy is not inside New Scotland Yard. The police just wanted me to tell you that, but he's not in New Scotland Yard. But he is incarcerated illegally, and that is wrong. I'm going to want Hernan to say a few words now. We've got to make plans. I'm going to talk at the very end about how we make plans about what we do next, because we're not going to stay here forever. But the reality is we need to make good plans, and we need to make plans that are effective. And I'll be consulting with some of the top influencers on the planet in the next days to see how we can make plans to get Tommy out.
Good evening, Britain. I say only one thing. Tommy is fighting for us from last 20 years. He is fucking paying price for us from last 20 years. He's been beaten, thrown in the jail, away from his kids. Justice not served to him, but she is still fighting for us. Now is the time for us, for Britain, to fight for Tommy. I am Tommy, arrest me. We are Tommy. We are Tommy. We are Tommy, arrest us. Today they...
We are Tommy. 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 We are Tommy.
We are Tommy. One Tommy today got arrested, and hundreds of thousands of more are on the street. Thank you, Tommy. I salute you. What you done to this country. I salute Tommy.
not free. Freedom is not free. We have to pay the price. For how long Tommy will pay the price? When will you or me start paying the price for that freedom? We will do that. It's not only Tommy's job. We all have to pay a price. We all have to fill these prisons. Arrest us. We are Tommy. Tommy gave us hope. Tommy gave us hope. Yesterday when I was in the rally, I saw hundreds of thousands of people. I see the light of hope, light for freedom. I saw my future, my kids' future, my grandkids' future is going to be safe. But today, this establishment, this spineless establishment put the hope behind the bars. We cannot let it.
Can I have a word a minute? Can I have just a word a second after you're finished?
I forget what I was going to say. But we are not here to forget what Tommy has done. Tommy has done a lot for us. He's given his youth, his family, everything for us.
He gave his life.
He's given his life. We don't know is he coming back from that prison or not. When I met Tommy last time, he told me that he's going to prison and I don't know might I come back alive or not. But he was aware of this arrest. He's aware that he might get died in the prison, but he keep on fighting for you. He was knowing that. He was knowing that he will die in the prison. He keep on fighting for you. We don't let it happen. No. We want Tommy free. Free Tommy now. Now. Free Tommy 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 now. Freedom is not for faint-hearted. Tommy is the brave heart. And I can see many more brave hearts here. Listening, coming. I want them to stand and fight for his freedom. Fight for his freedom. Fight for the freedom. Fight for Great Britain once it was. We want our Great Britain back. It's not Great Britain anymore. It is not. It's not a democracy anymore. If we say the truth, we are put behind the bar. We want to survive, we are put behind the bar. If we are law-abiding citizens, we are put behind the bar. But criminals are on the loose. Criminals are ruling this country. Our spineless police is bowing down to those criminals. We've seen that recently in Leeds and Rochdale. No more. You will work for the law-abiding citizens, not for those criminals. No more need for those criminals. You have to serve. You have to serve the community who is law-abiding, who wants democracy. This is not democracy. This is dictatorship right now, which we are facing. We cannot take our voice out. If we say something, got arrested. Not anymore. Fight! 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 Fight!
John. Okay. So, I've witnessed for 40 years what's going on in the East End. I've been trying very hard to find my voice because the anger I feel, I've had to subjugate it and undermine it because of these people. Yeah, because they are puppets. Why are they puppets? Because they do as they're told, not as they know is right. Right? And I can tell you now, shame on you, shame on you, shame on you, shame on everyone. I have seen things in the East End happen to the working classes. And I use the word working classes because it's exactly the working classes that they're scared of. And because there's a voice here, and his name is Tommy Robinson, and he's working classes, and he represents the working classes. He has a voice, and he sees the injustice, and he articulates it. These people and their elite establishment friends, they want him dead. And they don't care how they twist, how they turn, how they undermine, and how they lie. They lie, and they lie through their skin. Why? Okay, maybe calm, because they might think because I'm Scottish I'm being aggressive. I might be being aggressive, guys. Watch my face. Watching NVQs, looking at NVQs. You see them being aggressive. Yes, I'm being fucking aggressive. And God help you and the establishment, because we're coming after you. And Tommy will walk free, and he will walk free, and he will be absolutely healthy when that happens, and he will come out. And you know what?
With his head held high.
With his head held high.
Yes.
And you go together and you fight about your children and how disgusting you've been today. Understanding these are being disgusting, underhand and manipulated. Yous are nothing more than flunkies. Take the wages, pay your mortgages, yeah, because at the end of the day, you know full well you shouldn't sleep properly in your bed because you know what yous are doing. You know. These are disgusting. No, shame on you. Shame on you. Not the Labour Party. Not the Tory Party. There isn't a party there that represents the working classes. Farage doesn't represent the working classes. No. And you know what? Won't share a platform with Tommy. Why is that? Why do you think that is? Why? Because he needs his recognition from those people up there. So he needs to keep himself in with them, doesn't he? Tommy doesn't. Tommy speaks it and he dies for it. He takes it in the chin. And the poor guy is languishing in prison. He's languishing in prison because the dirty bastards can't help themselves. Can I just say, I've got a story to tell, yeah, that goes 40 years in the East End. I came here with the grace and the help of the English people who provided work for me. I came as an economic refugee from Scotland, yeah. And who helped me? Who gave me housing? Who gave me work? Who helped me? The English people, yeah. So what I want to say is, and I have witnessed things in the East End I'm quite prepared to talk to anybody about. Injustice, truth, fear, policing. Let me tell you what the things that have happened, yeah? I'm going to hand this over. When you're ready, anybody wants to know the story.
Hi again, once more. My beautiful friend and family. 45 years ago, this situation happened in Iran. Extremist Islamists came to our country. We were like you. We can wear whatever we want. They came, they took us, they took our king out. They destroyed our country. We came here, many Iranian in different countries. The reason why Tommy stands with you and we are standing with him, because in Iran, anyone who speak up, they put them in a jail. This is happening to United Kingdom. As the same, we will take back suffering in this world. For those who cannot speak, they have a fear from Islamists. The head of octopus in Iran. Cut that off, Tommy will be free. Cut that off, every country will be free. America, Germany, United Kingdom, many, many, many. Enough is enough. The reason why I came up to tell guys, brother, sister, 45 years ago, that happened to us. Don't let this happen to you. And let us know each other. We all one. We all freedom fighters. Let's follow each other. To all the words, know we all one. If we are standing with our flag next to you, come with your flag and stand next to us. We are one. Never give up, and we will win, brother, sister. God bless you.
Excuse me.
Well, I don't know how to follow that, really. But,
Speak loud.
okay. I don't know how to follow that. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay.
You have to shout.
I'll try. Right. To put some context into today, it's the Lord's Day. Yeah. We really should all be at church after this or before it, but that's another story. Yeah. I went and visited the Ukrainian demonstration before we came down here. And my heart dipped a little bit because when they finished with the national anthem and they finished with "Glory to Ukraine, glory to Ukraine." And I said to the organiser after it finished, I was a little bit sad that you gave all the glory to man and none to God. I said the movement that we are in, of course, we love our country, we want the best for it in our people, but we know where our strength can come from. We know that Christ is King and we put him ahead and we follow. Now I know there are many that don't necessarily believe in that, but that's not the point, because we all know that this country goes back over 1700 years of the Christian tradition. We thrived on it and now we're sinking because we turned our back on our church and on Christ. So I truly believe that God works through all of us. He's working through Tommy, he's working through his courage, he's working through his dedication, and he's working through this movement. So I say, God bless our nation, and Christ is King.
We're gonna say a few words, then walk back to Downing Street, okay? So if you want to get your camera ready, walk back to Downing Street, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, this demonstration organised literally with a couple of hours' notice. We've been here since 3:45, and what a brilliant turnout it's been. But this is only the start of this battle, and this battle must go on and on and on until we win. What we're going to do now, we're going to march. We're going to have another march. We're going to march back to Downing Street. Then we're going to disperse, and we're going to make plans on how we can get Tommy out. This.
Get Tommy out! 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 Get Tommy out!
This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. The fight will go on, and as someone said earlier, we can't do it without finishing with those words of that hero, Donald Trump. We're going to fight!
Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight! Fight!
Until Tommy Robinson is released, let's go to Downing Street.
Tommy now! Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now!
My voice is going
Free Tommy now! 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 Let him out!
I'll see it down the street. I can't. Huh? Yeah.
Let me check your ass.
Big up.
Best, yeah?
Sorry. Charlie! Huh?
I'm a street performer in Covent Garden. Street performer in Covent Garden.
He's sorry and he wanted to...
How long ago that was? London.
You too, brother. Take care, yeah? God bless you.
Oh, Tommy Robinson! Oh, Tommy Robinson! Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now!
Where do it all come from? We've got to remember where we live. That's part of their war.
Sorry.
Everyone was. And I met people of all colours, creeds and ages. And it was beautiful. It was, that's it. And, you know, some people try to make it about race. It's like, no, it's not about race. It's about, are you British or not? Because the Britishness goes beyond the colour of your skin. It's a spiritual being.
Yeah, a lot better.
Free Tommy now!
I want to cut
Free
today.
Tommy now!
Huh?
I want to cut today.
Free Tommy
Cut the
now!
profits.
Can you hear me? Let me know you can hear me properly. Let me know you can hear me properly. Before I start, send me a message, let me know you can hear me. Let's wait for a few people to write. So hopefully you can see me and hear me. Yeah, I can hear you, good. Right, so I've had an update from Tommy's family. Tommy has been charged with terrorist offences. They questioned him for 6 hours. They asked him about what the protest was about. They've asked him about Israel. They've asked him about some very strange stuff. Something very, yeah, I know, they're all down at, unfortunately, I had to go to church. I had no choice. I've only just managed to come home. I've seen everyone's down at Whitehall. So, Tommy's been charged with terrorist offences. This is how it's going to run. This is how it's going to go. There is a potential that he'll get bail. His lawyers are currently trying to get him bail. Obviously now he's been charged. There is a chance that he is remanded. If Tommy is remanded, we will be organising a mass protest. A mass protest. But I want to make sure that he's going to get remanded before I do that, before I announce a mass protest. We have to do it now. This is a life and death situation for Tommy Robinson. Because of everything that's going on, they're clearly very worried about what they saw yesterday. And to be able to charge him with terrorist offences, that is stepping it up. I mean, that is just absolutely ridiculous. So just for people that have just logged on, Tommy has been charged with terrorist offences. It is now our duty. You've got to remember everything that we saw yesterday, everything that we enjoyed, the pride, the passion, everything was down to him. And we have to do right by him. So I'm just waiting for his family to confirm whether he's going to get bailed or if he's going to be charged. If he's going to be bailed or if he's going to be remanded. This is a stitch up. This is a stitch up of the highest order. Yeah, I know they're down at and fair play to Paul Thorpe and Richard. They were in London from yesterday. They're down, but if he is remanded, we need mass demonstrations, and I will be announcing them once I find out if he's been remanded, and should be in the next few hours. But anyone that's just joined, they interrogated him for 6 hours. They tried to get in his phone. They tried to get him to give him the passcode to his phone. He refused. And they've now charged him with terrorist offences. So a very, very serious situation for Tommy. If he's remanded, he will be put in a very hostile, dangerous situation, and we need to do what is absolutely necessary to make sure that exactly what happened in 2018 when we did the mass protest. We put pressure on the British government, we put pressure on the justice system, and it was overturned and he was released. It wasn't overnight, but the pressure of the public helped, and it made sure that he was released back then. And the same needs to happen now. So yeah, we're going to wait until he find out if he's either going to be bailed or if he's going to be remanded. If he's remanded, mass protest. Mass protest potentially outside of where he is. Let's go to him. Let's make sure he can see us, hear us. We're going to cause disruption. We're not going to be violent. We're not going to be, what they would expect, but we're going to show an absolute strength. After yesterday, it's very clear Tommy can get a huge crowd. And anyone that walked away from yesterday feeling the pride and the love and the sense of hope and resistance against the things that we're seeing in our country, I, for one, will be making sure that we do everything we can to support this guy if he gets remanded. So just bear with me. As soon as I get listen, as soon as the family know, they're going to let me know, and then we're gonna start the process. If he's bailed, then great. He'll put his own videos out. He'll give his own updates, and then we'll wait to hear how it's going to go on that side. If he is remanded, we will be hitting the streets, and I will be announcing that in the next 24 hours if he's remanded. But I want to make sure that we talk to everyone involved, especially Paul Thorpe, Richard, everyone, and make sure we do this where it will make the biggest impact. So yeah, at the minute, this is a stitch up. This is a life and death situation for him. They are trying to silence him by taking him away completely. Very, very dangerous. We've seen what's happened with Trump in America. Yeah. We don't want anything like that happening to Tommy. So it's so important that you be part of anything. If we need to, we'll travel no matter what goes on. Wait to hear from me. Let me find out if he's going to be remanded, and we'll go from there. Spread the message, share the videos, anything to do with Tommy that's in, anything to do with what's happened over, this morning, today. Make sure you're sharing it. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you like it. We need everyone that was there yesterday. Everyone needs to know what's going on, and everyone needs to know what the plan is once it's been declared. What the plan is, everyone needs to know it. So everyone needs to share videos. Everyone needs to get the message out. I said I'll come back as soon as I know if he's been remanded. Hopefully he gets bail, and hopefully he'll have his ability to tell you exactly what the situation is. Like the videos, guys, please. There's 644 people on here. Like the videos, it will help get the message out. So go onto it now, like the video, share it on your YouTube, share it on your Facebook. We cannot allow the pressure to decrease. We have to keep the pressure up from yesterday. Yeah, we saw what we all did yesterday. We have to keep the pressure up. Terrorist offences potentially could be 5 to 10 years, maybe even more. This is a complete and utter stitch up to remove Tommy Robinson from our lives, and we will not allow that to happen. Share the videos. You're starting to like the video. Keep doing it. There's 645 people on here. Like the video, share it. Make sure everyone knows the same information. If Tommy Robinson gets remanded, we are hitting the streets, and we're hitting the streets in mass numbers, potentially in every city in the United Kingdom, to make it as big as impact as we can. I think we do it in every city, at the local police station, potentially anything to keep the pressure up. Like and share the message. I'll come back to you as soon as I know anything. Please keep looking for the live streams. They'll be coming. Hopefully he gets bailed. Hopefully he's going to come out of his own videos. But if he gets remanded, I'll let you know, and I'll also let you know about the next plan, because we're not having it. It's that simple. We are not going to accept what is now happening to Tommy. Share the videos, like the videos. I'll speak to you soon. God bless.
All those religious bullshit rabble-rousers like this man in front of me. So, sir, big up. Did you like that one? Yeah. So we've now come into an end of this emergency protest here outside of the gates of number 10. Yesterday you was at Trafalgar Square. I was Tommy's photographer yesterday. How you feeling now? How you feeling?
Well, we are winning, and I can say this, we know we're winning, because if we weren't winning, then they wouldn't be persecuting Tommy. So we know that we are going to win. And as it said in Spartacus, we are Tommy. If you arrest him, you're going to have to arrest thousands of people that are standing with Tommy today. We are not going to give up. Till death do us part. We are going to stand with Tommy. We are going to believe in what he is saying and what he has done. We thank God for Tommy. May Jesus Christ bless Tommy, and Christ is King.
Big up, man. So, this young lady here, if you step back a bit, it's the first time I've met you. Let's get some good sound.
Sorry.
You think I'm rubbish?
No, I don't think you're
rubbish, you know. So, if you hold my microphone,
yes,
advertise me.
Okay. I don't think you're rubbish. Street mic, live straight. Thank you so much.
No problem. So, are you happy with how everything has gone today?
I'm a concerned citizen, really, because I believe Mr. Keir Starmer knows the law. I'm a concerned citizen.
Citizen? What kind of language is that?
Yeah, I'm a concerned citizen because I've seen the injustice. Arresting a person who is not a terrorist concerns me as a legal migrant, as an ex-Muslim, as a black woman. It really concerns me because he speaks for all of us. He's spreading love. Why is he being arrested? The true terrorists are there on our streets. They're not being arrested. Why is he being arrested? Why is he being criminalized? What's the reason? Mr. Keir Starmer, you know the law. You promised us justice. You promised us change. Where's the change? Let him go, sir. This is peaceful protest. We're requesting you let him go. That's all we're requesting.
But do you believe Keir Starmer, Sir Keir,
Yes,
the former Director of Public Prosecution?
In fact, he's my member of Parliament, but he refused to meet me. I don't know why. And he talked about diversity and equality, but he's refused to meet me about my case, where my children are being stolen by the state because I spoke about my views. There's freedom of speech. Why have you stolen my children? You talked about diversity and equality. Sorry, go on.
No problem. But Tommy has been arrested on terrorism charges. Doesn't it make you wonder specifically what that indictment or the charge will say? You know, what do you reckon he's done in holding a protest down at Trafalgar Square yesterday?
All he did was to unite us, to remind us of great British values, to remind us of the people who have held our hands. When we had nothing, the English people were there for us. When we had nothing, the British people were there for us. So he's reminded us of the love of this country. That's all he's done, and that's the crime he's committed.
Can I ask you a dodgy question?
Yes.
All those thousands watching you on YouTube.
Yes.
How comes you are talking about you being a black British woman? You say it so proud. Tell people why you're proud.
I'm proud to be...
We're laughing at, man.
I'm proud to be British. I'm proud to be in this country. It's one of the greatest countries in the world. A handful of vile people want to destroy a beautiful country, and they will not win. They will not win. This is Great Britain, and they will remain Great Britain.
Thank you very much, my darling. I'm now going to speak to some... Big up. I'm now going to talk to some rebels. These are the worst rebels in London. This one here, you. Derek first. See, I know you by first name.
Well,
so Derek,
everybody knows Derek.
You're the biggest rebel I know. You rung me today, told me what was going on when I was at Speaker's Corner, because we are regulars at Speaker's Corner, true or not?
Yeah, that's right, and we've seen live at Speaker's Corner, if anybody watches you, what will be going live around our street if you're not part of the Dower gang. You will see.
But let's not talk about the Dower gang. Let's talk specifically about what's going on today. So, Tommy's been arrested on terrorism. I was always under the impression, we have the best criminal justice system on this earth. So when Tommy eventually goes to court, that will mean he will be able to state his case and he will be cleared.
You've heard the phrase, it takes a thief to catch a thief. All heard the phrase, it takes a thief to catch a thief. So for the best criminal minds, which are right over here behind these police officers...
Oh, the best criminals or criminal minds?
Criminal minds.
What does that mean in English?
They think like the criminals. They're
not intellects.
They are using their power and position.
But I was
benefit the country.
I was always under the impression, Derek.
And these gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen,
great officers.
All the time, they never question. They will be saying to their grandchildren, when their grandchildren say, "Granddad, why aren't we allowed out to play? Why can't we do that? Why is there no food on the table?" They will have to sit at their grandchildren and look at them in the eye and say, "Because I only followed orders." Just like the Nuremberg trials.
Yeah, but Derek, you are employed. As an employee, do you not also have to follow orders if not going to sack your rascal? Yes or no?
No, because I told them if I upset them, sack me, they had to turn around and say, "Sorry, you're too good at the job."
But we have the best service in London, in the world.
Until the chop went sour. It's not the gentleman at the bottom, apart from the fact they don't question their orders. The chop's gone sour and it's gone right down into the roots. And if the roots want to regrow and get back what we had, the roots, it's got to come from the bottom. Because if there's one person at the top, and if all these police officers said that is wrong, we're going in the wrong direction, we're not going to do it, the man at the top has no power. And only the fact that the roots keep feeding, the top, and the top is absolutely rotten.
So what I'm picking up from you is that you don't like Mark Rowley, you don't like the Prime Minister, you probably don't like the King. Who can we trust?
Tommy.
Big up Tommy. So let's go and now talk to the biggest rebel who was part of Tommy's media team yesterday. And yesterday, when I was on the stage with Tommy, taking all those photographs of him, I was hungry, and this man gave me a sandwich. Thank you very much, sir.
You're all right, Street. Thank you very much for letting me speak. Listen, he's actually got a very, very good point. When you talk about these police officers that are standing outside Downing Street today, we're talking about officers like John Wedge, a highly decorated police officer, that found out that a lot of these bosses, their superiors, a lot of politicians were grooming, there were paedophiles in Westminster, the paedophile ring. Highly decorated police officer who became a whistleblower. Maggie Oliver, another one for Greater Manchester Police. You look at Tommy's been doing for the grooming gangs in Rochdale 20 years ago. Right? He's been trying to help our children for years and years and years. You're talking about generations and things that have gone past. I'm a survivor of historic child abuse, right? I was placed in a place only about 20 miles away from me called Beecham. All my family were historically abused. I went to the police, they took me back in the Blackbriar and said, little boys like you should shut up. I had carbolic soap put in my mouth, I was scrubbed with squad 4 blood emotions. I was sexually, physically and mentally tortured. Then you turn around and tell these police officers that, oh, we can't do anything about it. We can only bring a charm of actual bodily harm against your perpetrators. It's absolutely disgusting what's going on. I was only doing my job. They're all complicit by uniform alone. They know what's going on in their station. They know what's going on in their changing rooms. They know exactly what's going on. And because their bosses, like Mike Rowley, you've touched on, turn around and say, shut the fuck up. If you don't shut up, we'll take you away from you. We'll take your house, we'll take your children, we'll take your pension away from you. And look at them all complicit.
But is that not an incentive to continue serving?
Yeah, there is that to it, Waddell, but at the end of the day, they're all complicit, mate. But you look what's gone on. Do you know what? We've got 3,000 political prisoners in prison today. You've got 150,000 indecent images seen on electronic devices in the Palace of Westminster. I call it Westminster. You look at our prisons, you look at Dolphin Square. I used to cab in London. I know the Elms Guest House. I know Dolphin Square. There's not much you can say. I cabbed Coos Stark with seeing Prince Andrew. Go down Grosvenor Place and look at the doors outside Buckingham Palace. You tell me if he came out of a diplomatic car. She can remember his 15-number digit credit card. She can remember the number plates from the diplomatic number plates on the cars. She had a photographic memory. She was absolutely brilliant. And what did they do to her? Kangaroo Court, before they built this cage, Theresa May, Kangaroo Court, drugged her up and they put her in Style Prison. From Style Prison, she spent 9 years in prison for speaking out about her abuses.
There's Tommy's van just going by. Thanks a lot. No, Alan. Alan, give me the microphone. Give me the microphone. Microphone.
Tommy's locked up tight today. Protest brought him in the fray. Playing a tape he should not play. Just wanted truth, not dismay. Said it spread the hate around. Terrorism they have found. Facts were all he tried to show. Now in jail he's feeling low. He stood up for what he knew. Fought for cause to see it through. World Marching for a cause so true, yet the world fights back at you. He stood up for what he knew, fought for cause to see it through. Well, they right now he's in chains, but his spirit still remains.
Is that less than 24 hours after Tommy was arrested, sorry, less than 24 hours after the event, he's been arrested. But go back to what was said yesterday. Tommy predicted that he would be arrested. He predicted that he would end up in court, and he predicted that he would be put in prison for the minimum of 2 years. And that is what Tommy Robinson said yesterday. Go back on YouTube, go back on all the stuff we do, and you can find that. So in effect, because he released that documentary film, I don't know, I'm just analysing the facts. After a court order said, no, you can't do, I thought, hold on, when you don't do something like that, you're breaking the rules. So, true or not? But no, that's contempt. If a court says ABC, you got to do it. If you don't do it, it's contempt. But they haven't charged him with contempt. They've charged him, smart bastards, with terrorism. But we don't know what the indictment says because I'm uneducated. I don't know what this means. But we will find out as soon as Tommy appears in court. I'm not an expert on the terrorism legislation, but I've done law. I will be looking at what the Act says, and I will be able to interpret exactly what will be happening once someone is charged. But unfortunately, if Tommy does appear in court tomorrow, I will not be there. You guys know, you only normally see me Mondays to Fridays. No, Saturdays and Sundays is the only time you see me. Monday to Friday, I live stream professionally, doing other things. So unfortunately, tomorrow, I will not be at the court. But I'll be back next Saturday. So I won't be at the court tomorrow, bringing it to you live and direct. But it has been a tremendous day with people. Come next to me, man.
So
let's entertain the people.
Where can we watch this video, this documentary by Tommy Robinson?
So
it's on X.com, isn't it?
I believe
it's on
it's
X.com, and if you search for if you search for Silenced by Tommy Robinson on X.com, you will see a documentary that will change your whole perception of the judiciary, of the police, of schools, of councils, and it will blow your mind. Watch it.
But you're not going anywhere, yeah? But when you was at the event yesterday...
I was, it was amazing.
Yeah. Give me your assessment of what you saw, felt, heard, everything.
It was 10,000 people.
Hold on, 10,000 where? More than that?
No, well, at least 10,000 people.
Oh,
maybe 15 or 20,000, I don't know. Trafalgar Square, outside the Courts of Justice. It was amazing. It was a celebration, there was joy, we were so organised, there was no conflict at all. There was a demonstration by Palestinian protesters that went against the rules, tried to block us. The police dealt with it. We walked to Trafalgar Square in a disciplined, organised way. We had hymns, we had songs, we had prayers, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Let's talk about those hymns, songs and prayers, because Tommy, as you know, has been described as a white right-wing racist. Is that true?
Total.
So Tommy's not a right-wing racist?
He's absolutely not.
He's not a football hooligan?
He's not. There are people from every race that I can imagine there. Absolutely every race. Let me say, I'm a trans woman, and I support Tommy, because the way that we are treating children in school is absolutely abominable. We are sexualising them at a young age, which we should not be doing. I'm middle-aged. I'm nearly 60.
No.
I know.
I thought you was in your 20s.
But I am actually 60, and we shouldn't be doing that. It is abominable. The main thing here is freedom of speech, and that is what really gets me. Tommy is sharing the truth of corruption and lies within the system, and he is in jail, and that is absolutely abominable.
Yesterday, you would have seen Joseph, black man, dressed in the flag, his suit. You remember that, yeah?
I do.
Yeah. Joseph is my friend, yeah? I got him a press pass. When I saw him, I said to Tommy, I want to photograph you two together. But Tommy said, no, bring him on the stage. So, you know, we brought him on the stage, and he got up there with his outfit, with the flag. Describe that moment to you, once you saw that. What was going through your body?
I welled up. I was weeping. I was so emotional about that. And I was weeping on and off during that whole fight. Was it 6 hours during yesterday afternoon? It was absolutely amazing. And I mean, I don't know when we're going to do something else. I'm sure there will be another rally coming up. Honestly, go. It's safe. We have people, we have elderly people.
Tommy's been taking their say for standing up in his brave way. With just a video in his hand, they say he sparked hate in this land. Label him terrorist today, when all he did was voice his play. He showed a side they don't want seen, aim for truth in the in-between. Truth seeker, won't you stand in the face of a blinded land? Voices silent, shadows cast, but your courage will outlast. They fear the light you shine, forcing silence on your mind. But words like yours don't die, they'll echo through the sky. Tommy's story's far from done. His truth will light a spark in everyone. The fight for words is far from lost, for freedom comes at any cost. Hold his message close tonight, keep the flame of his insight bright. They can cage a voice but not a creed, for truth is the only thing we need. Truth seeker, won't you stand in the face of a blinded land? Voices silent, shadows cast, but your courage will outlast. They fear the light you shine, forcing silence on your mind. But words like yours don't die, but your courage will outlast. They fear the light you shine, forcing silence on your mind. But words like yours don't die, they'll echo through the sky. They fear the light you shine, forcing silence on your mind. But words like yours don't die, they'll echo through the sky. Tommy's story's far from done.
thousands of pounds for the police's overstretched budget. These guys could be investigating, crimes. But the state has decided to lock Tommy Robinson up for terrorism. There's going to be protests like this forever now.
Yeah.
This is going to become a forever movement. It's not going to go away because the people are going to get more and more stirred up as time goes on, and it's just, it's ridiculous.
I've no doubt you will keep me informed what's going on, because normally Monday to Friday I live stream professionally. But I've got people working for me, so if you ring me, I can get workers.
That's good. That's good. Well, it's a good time, man. So
I'll send this footage to Aidan later on. You can do whatever.
People out at such short notice, and I don't think anyone's in a hurry to go away anytime soon, Wendell. I think we're going to stay here for a little while, so let's see what happens. I mean, I can't talk anymore because my voice is completely gone.
No, of course, I'm going to be shutting down in a few moments, but I'm going to ring in a minute. Send him the footage. He can do what he wants with it. But keep me informed, And those images I took yesterday now become so even a billion times more important.
Iconic. I mean, those images yesterday showing Tommy with his family, showing Tommy, just loving that crowd, and you think about the message from that it was love. It was a message of Christian love. That's what came across.
And you know something? When Tommy spoke about his children, and he spoke about his wife, don't forget I got big lens. I got like a 300mm lens stuck in Tommy's face, and I can see the emotions.
Oh, he loves his family. He's a family man. And I mean, I know his wife, I know his kids, his ex-wife, I know his kids, I know his mother, and they are such a lovely family. They're beautiful people, and this is not just an offence to all of us. It's a personal tragedy for Tommy. If they fit him up, and I don't trust the judiciary. We've seen what the judiciary have done to Tommy so many times. I don't trust them. So I think the situation.
Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now! Anyway, sir, thank you very much. Yes, and keep me informed. Excellent. Thanks a lot. So you can hear the crowds in the background. Free Tommy now! Free Tommy now! And in a few moments, I'm definitely turning off. I'm going home to my rice and peas, my curry goat, my chicken. I'm going home to some salad. Hey, you, come here.
Here we are, guys, with
Listen, man.
live and direct.
This man's a rubbish journalist. He changed his name the other day. So how you keeping, man?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. How's things with you?
Yeah, not too bad. Yesterday, did I not see you at Tom? Hold on, let me do some advertising. Advertising, man. See, I'm good.
Hello.
How many street journalists you know?
Taking over Street Mike today. Taking over.
So listen.
Free Tommy.
So tell me more about how you're feeling with the knowledge that Tommy has been arrested.
Well, let's be honest. It seems like a bit of a trumped-up charge, right? How can a man who runs Patriot rallies be arrested for terrorism charges? That to me is unfathomable. If they charge him under anything else, I don't know, stealing a Mars bar, using a can of air spray without following the instructions, anything would have made more sense than terrorism. But it is what it is, man.
But he has been charged, and I've never known a man to use such a big word as unfathomable.
Unfathomable.
Yeah, I know English, you know, man. But
it's unbelievable, unrecognizable.
I went to school, you know, man.
It's extreme.
I don't know, extreme. But Tommy is not an extremist. I used to believe he was a right-wing racist, and I told him
yes.
But I've changed my mind, But, I thought he was going to be arrested based upon what he said yesterday for contempt of court.
That's actually what I thought, yes.
For not
100%
following the instructions of the court in showing the documentary film. But he's been arrested on terrorism charges.
As I said, George Orwell says that in a tyrannical future...
You read?
Sometimes. I read quotes online. He said, in a tyrannical future, simply telling the truth will be an act of terrorism, will be a crime. And if Tommy Robinson has been arrested for terrorism, for simply telling the truth in Britain, then you can see where you are. People, ironically, people like George Orwell are British people who knew what authoritarian societies can be, what can happen under an authoritarian system, how people will say, it is just my job, I was doing what I was ordered. Remember those words, they came out of the 1930s in Germany too. That's the problem. Sometimes those who say they're just doing their job should consider what their job is, and maybe their job isn't worth what they're doing. The crimes that they commit, you will not be exempt of the crimes that you commit by simply professing, I was doing my job. When justice comes, that will not be good enough. Go talk to some Germans who went to The Hague about 80 years ago.
Big up. Anyway, sir, I want to talk to someone, when I chat with him, we get 1 million views. So he's not very well known, this one. So I am definitely closing down now. We've got one of Tommy's friends who's here from America, and every time I interview him, we hit 1 million. Big up. I want some of that money he gets. So we're just waiting, and we will definitely be closing down. We don't know any more detail. Oh, thank you, sir. You can hold that instead. A bit of advertising for me.
You're monopolizing all my time today.
So we're now coming to an end of the emergency protests down here outside of number 10 Downing Street. How would you describe what you've seen today?
You know what, for a flash protest, I think that it was a great turnout. We got a lot of patriots out here who support Tommy Robinson, a lot of people who share the same sentiment in the fight here for the British people. You know, it's going to be a little different next week, though, I think. I think they're going to have a week to organize, and you're going to get people like Lawrence Fox, you're going to get Sargon of Akkad, Carl Benjamin, the great Carl Benjamin. Oh, yeah, the heavyweights. I saw Elon Musk has posted about Tommy Robinson's already. So word is getting out. You know, Jordan Peterson, I'm sure, has already heard about the arrest. So it's going to be a big deal next week. They're going to have a lot more trouble clearing the streets than they're going to have today.
Earlier on, you spoke about when Tommy was in America, he contacted you, and you had the opportunity to travel around with him for a week. Yeah. What was that like?
Actually, I was in America, and Tommy was here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, we came from America to here to...
Oh, the other way around? I'm sorry,
the other way around, yeah. Unfortunately, Tommy's still not allowed in America because we also have a leftist government there as well. But yeah, no, I came over here, and like I said, I've been following Tommy online for 8 to 10 years, and we've communicated online several times, and we decided to come over here and take a trip just to see the sights. We were going to go, you know, Buckingham Palace, do the old tourist thing. And reached out to Tommy and said, hey, man, we'd like to just come by and meet you and, you know, yada, yada, yada. We came by and I gave him a hat. We had dinner. And he said, you know what? We had all these plans to see Stonehenge. We were going to see Buckingham Palace. He says, why don't you just come with me cross country for about a week and just see what I do? And I was like, Stonehenge or a week with Tommy Robinson, which is more exciting? So I chose Tommy. And when I traveled across the country with Tommy, you know, I saw the real Tommy Robinson. I got a chance to see who he really is. You know, the media in this country and pretty much every Western country who knows about Tommy Robinson have painted him as a racist or just homophobe for all these years. Well, come to find out, Tommy had some of his best friends growing up were Muslims. Really, that doesn't sound very racist to me. When we would walk through the airports, I'd see people of all different colors. Tommy, we support you, Tommy. Matter of fact, one particular individual was a black man and his family. It sticks out in my mind. I'll never forget it. He walked up to Tommy, bumped his fist, said, Tommy Robinson. Tommy said, what's up, bro? And his little boy said, Daddy, who was that man? The man says, that was Tommy Robinson, son, a man who knows. And so I think that's right. Tommy Robinson is a man who knows, and he's been around for a couple of decades now trying to inform everyone of what's really going on about what he knows, you know what I mean? So it's a great story. We traveled across country and we got to see different people who he helps out. One particular family, the family of a young boy named Chris Donald, who was murdered in Scotland, one of the first religiously motivated hate crimes. We went there and we with his family, they wanted to put on a vigil for Chris to mark the 20th anniversary of his death. The government there in Scotland was not going to let them do that. They heard Tommy was involved, and then they allowed them to do the protest, even though the family at the last minute kind of backed out because they became afraid for their lives. Excuse me. And on the way, a lot of people would contact. It was amazing. A lot of people would contact Tommy out of the blue and say, "Tommy, we need your help. My son or my daughter's gone missing. We don't know what to do, and the government won't help us." And they would call Tommy because they knew Tommy would help them, and he would draw attention to their calls. So it's amazing to me that a guy can put so much of his heart and his passion and soul into helping his country, and then have the leaders of his country, the media, paint him as this terrible, horrible, racist, and Islamophobe, when it's actually the complete opposite. And people who know Tommy know that these things aren't true. And I've come to know Tommy, and I can tell you, if you look at the crowd here today of people who support Tommy, black, brown, white, they don't care. It's patriots. And that's what Tommy Robinson is about, love of country and patriotism.
All I can say, sir, is thank you very much. When are you actually heading back home?
This week, tomorrow, actually, as a matter of fact, yeah,
So you might delay it for a week.
I've got my own country to save, you know what I mean? So I would love to stay here, and I will come back if I need to.
Biden, before you go back to your own country, let's talk about conspiracy theories here.
Sure.
Some people are of that false belief that Donald Trump, and they've said it to me today, he was either injured by shrapnel or he cut himself. What do you have to say about that rubbish?
That's absolutely incorrect. As a matter of fact, the FBI has now come out and confirmed yesterday that it was, in fact, a bullet that Donald Trump took to the air, not shrapnel or anything like that. So all you haters out there who wanted it to be a little piece of glass or wood, you can fight down because it's been confirmed it was indeed a bullet now.
But are you happy that the young lady who testified to that whatever committee it was, and she was the director of the Secret Service, she resigned?
Diane Cheadle was her name.
Are you happy she's resigned?
Oh, absolutely. She should have resigned the day it would happen. That is the most lax security we've ever had for a soon-to-be president or potentially soon-to-be president at a presidential rally, campaign rally. The security was. What I would like to know is, how did this shooter, this Thomas Crooks, how did he know the security was going to be so lax that day? Isn't that
questions,
odd?
isn't it?
Is it just such a coincidence that security was so lax that day, and this shooter just evaded Secret Service and FBI and local police?
See, I've been watching the inquiries.
Yeah.
He had a drone.
Yeah, he had a drone, but we didn't.
How could he have a drone and they did nothing?
Yeah, and they didn't have a drone. Isn't that the oddest thing? How does a 20-year-old get a hold of a drone and fly it over a secure site, supposed secure site, but we don't have our own drones flying over the site?
And he scaled to the roof without a ladder.
And how is it that we had a perch that was supposed to have 3 individuals in it, Secret Service, snipers, whoever, law enforcement, looking at the very roof that sniper was on, and
it was too hot.
Miraculously, all 3 of those people left their positions while this shooter was climbing on the roof. They had a perfect shot at him. It was a perfect target.
I hear you, but are you looking forward to Donald?
Absolutely.
It being in contest with.
Oh, absolutely. It's not going to be a contest, and we'll say Kamala Harris for now, but it's highly unlikely, if you ask me, given her poll numbers now, and the fact that she's getting a bump right now that they always get, a soft little bump right after the nomination or right after she was chosen. She was really not even chosen by the people. 14 million people voted for Biden, and they just installed Kamala Harris instead of Biden. And so her numbers where they are right now, Trump's still ahead of her in the polls, and that's because she's got this bump. And it's going to flatten out here in a week or two, and we're going to see what she's really made of. And I can tell you this, if her poll numbers still look the same by the time the DNC convention comes around, they're probably going to have a contested convention, and we're going to see a different VP candidate.
I must admit, it is my intention to be in America during that week. I hope it's going to be great.
Well, why don't you come by and let me know where you're going to be.
chains again, truth unlocks again. They say he crossed the line, played a vid no one should find. Speeches in empty halls, knocking down the walls. All he did was show the light, now he's fighting just to fight. Justice for Tommy, hear our cries. We won't be silenced, not with lies. Free the truth, let it fly high, high. Justice for Tommy, reach the sky. Justice for Tommy, reach the sky. Crowds up in arms today, won't let it fade away. Voices echo in the streets, in every heart it beats. They can't cover up the facts, won't take our voices back. For every wall they build, we find a crack to fill. Justice for Tommy, hear our cries. We won't be silenced, not with lies. Free the truth, let it fly high, high. Justice for Tommy, reach the sky. Justice for Tommy, hear our cries. We won't be silenced, not with lies. Free the truth, let it fly high, high. Justice for Tommy.